Hey y'all, Katie here with Homegrown Passion. Welcome back to part 2 of our hydroponic melon trellis build. Today's the fun part: planting, installing nutrient lines, setting up the grow bags, and giving these vines the support they need to thrive. So let's jump in. Oh, real quick, if you missed part 1, I'll put a link in the description down below.
All right, so before we built anything, we rolled out this ground cover. It keeps the weeds from taking over, makes watering more efficient, and honestly, it just makes life way easier out here. No mud, no mess, and way less weeding. If you missed part 1, here's a quick recap. We measured everything out to get our spacing just right. Pounded the T-posts nice and deep, and made sure they were straight and solid. Then we wrestled those cattle panels into place, and just like that, we had the bones of our melon trellis. If you missed part 1, the link's down below.
We're started by placing our grow bags under the trellis. Inside each bag is a mixture of peat and perlite. It's perfect for drainage and aeration.
We're starting the melons in this light, fluffy mix of peat moss and perlite. It drains well, holds moisture just right, and it makes it super easy for their young roots to take off fast.
These melon seedlings were started under our strawberries and have developed really strong roots. Let me give you a quick tip. Always pre-moisten your medium. Dry peat will actually pull water away from the young roots. So the next thing I need to do is carry my melons out and get them set up by the trellis.
We're placing 3 grow bags per trellis section. That's about 8 feet of space. It gives each melon plenty of room to spread out, climb, and breathe. Once these vines take off, they'll fill in the whole arch with fruit and leaves. I always double check the spacing, making sure each bag is close enough to the trellis and lined up so the nutrient lines can reach without stressing. A little extra effort here saves a ton of hassle later. I'm just making sure all my melons are right where they need to be before I start clipping and watering. Each one needs support in just the right spot so it can stretch, climb, and soak up the sunshine. You give them a little love early on, and trust me, they grow beautifully. This 3/4-inch orchard feed line, super durable and perfect for running our nutrients. It's flexible enough to work with, but it's tough enough to hold up all season long. A quick tip: let the orchard line sit in the sun for a few minutes. It softens right up and straightens out, which makes it way easier to handle when you're running along the trellis. Now I'm hooking up the main PVC line to our Dosatron system. After the timer valve, I just tighten the union down and ready to start feeding nutrients automatically. Here's the full nutrient injection setup. We've got 3 Dosatrons, one for pH, one for micros, and one for macros. From there, everything flows into a mixing pot, through a filter, and past our EC and pH probes so we can monitor exactly what the plants are getting. Then it heads to a timer control valve that opens when it's time to feed. This is the Galcon DC9S timer. It runs the whole feeding schedule automatically, opens each zone at just the right time so the melons get exactly what they need.
Now don't let this part intimidate you. Once you have it dialed in, it saves hours of hand watering. Just be consistent. Same nutrients, same schedule every time.
At each grow bag, we've got a 1.5 gallon per hour micro drip emitter, connected to the micro tubing and secured with a stake. It keeps the nutrient water right at the root zone. No mess, no waste, and super efficient. To install each emitter, I use this little blue punch tool. Just press and twist into the main feed line and makes a clean hole without cracking the tubing.
Now we're installing the drip lines using our Dosatron injection system. It's simple: a 1.5 GPM emitter running through a poly tube and all tied into our nutrient reservoir.
All right, once the line's flushed and pressurized, I use the blue punch to make a clean hole, then pop the emitter right in. But pro tip, if you forgot the water's still on, you might get a little surprise. Yep, I definitely caught a geyser to the face on that one. Sometimes you just gotta get low to get it done. I'm sitting right on the ground installing the nutrient lines into each grow bag. Luckily, this black ground cover wasn't too hot, or it would have been a quick job on a scorched seat. Each grow bag gets one emitter. That's all it takes to keep the melons happy and hydrated. I started off kneeling, but let's be real. Standing and bending is way faster when you've got a whole row to get through. Sometimes gardening is really a work of repetition, especially when you grow a lot of the same thing. In this case, it's melon. Same steps for every plant. Punch the line, install the emitter, check the spacing. It might seem repetitive, but the goal is consistency, so every melon gets the best chance to thrive. Here it is in action, nutrient-rich water flowing right into the root zone. Just a slow, steady drip from the stake, exactly where the plant needs it. No spraying, no runoff, just efficient, targeted feeding. That's hydroponic precision.
We started with a gentle nutrient solution, low nitrogen, higher phosphorus, and potassium. I'm using the same strawberry mix, pH 6.0, EC 1.2. Our watering rhythm is twice a day during the hot spells with a light flush every third cycle. That prevents the salts buildup, which is very crucial in hydroponics. As these vines grow, they need guidance. We're using soft vine clips to attach them to our vertical cattle panels.
Now it's time to start training the melon vines up the trellis, and for that, I'm using these soft plant clips. I place each one just under the leaf node. That's where the stem is the strongest and it won't damage the plant as it grows.
Clip above the leaf node. It keeps the stem anchored and reduces stress.
Every vine grows a little differently, so I take my time with each one. Some need a little nudge to curve towards the panel, others are already reaching for it. These clips gently hold the stem to the wire without pinching or stressing out the plant. When you're training melons, those first few clips are everything. They set the direction the vine will grow, so you want to place them just right, snug but not too tight, and always right under the leaf node. Since you're guiding the plants up and over the trellis, those early clips are like laying the tracks for how the whole vine will climb. I work my way up and down the trellis, making sure every vine has the support it needs. This not only keeps the plants upright, but it helps improve airflow and reduces disease and gives the fruit plenty of space to develop without crowding. People don't always realize how much exercise gardening really is. I mean, just look at this. I'm constantly bending over. It's like doing slow motion sit-ups in the sun. I swear it's toning my core and keeping my back strong, or at least that's what I keep telling myself. It's kind of like sculpting, guiding each plant where I want it to go. And once these melons take off, they'll be climbing this cattle panel like it's a jungle gym. Okay, before anyone yells at me about how the vines look, let me just say, I know, I wasn't feeding them the way I should have, and they definitely weren't getting enough sun growing underneath the strawberries. But now they've got proper nutrients and full light. Give them a few days and you'll see a real glow up. I promise, just wait for part 3.
You're not just planting a melon, you're planting a moment. A few weeks from now when it's heavy with fruit, that's the magic.
There's something really satisfying about walking through a setup like this. Every melon lined up just right, the vines starting to reach, and everything in its place. I know it doesn't look like much yet, but this is the part I love, the quiet moment where the work is done and now it's up to the plants to take it from here. From above you can really see the shape of it all, organized chaos with a sweet reward at the end. Once everything is set, I always walk the line, just checking each bag, making sure the emitters are flowing and the vines are clipped where they need to be. And when you see it from above, it all comes together. A clean, simple system, built with care, laid out for growth, and just waiting to explode with sweet summer melons.
And that wraps part 2 of our hydroponic melon build. I can't wait to see these vines take off. If you've got melon tips or trellis tricks, drop them down below. I love learning from this community. Like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss part 3, where we talk about pollination, pruning, and fruit support. So we'll see you guys next video.